Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time. We got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
Good morning. Good morning. We are live again. It is eviction night in the Big Brother house. This could be the last time that we see the Fields duo in the house, and in all likelihood, it most likely is. The odds are stacked against them. It's a possibility that Cirie wins the HOH and saves herself and Jared, but it's a small possibility. The stronger possibility is that they sit on the block next to each other after whoever wins HOH wins, and one of them goes home. Do you think it's a flip happening on America? Nope, I do not. This is the one time that I don't think a flip is happening. Was it all talk and Cameron is going home? In my estimation, I don't think there's enough people to make that flip happen. I think that people want America out of the game eventually, but they're not looking at her like, this is the person that I most want out of the game. I think the majority of the people who are going to be making the votes, they think that Cameron's the bigger threat and Cameron's the person that they want out of the game. Good morning, Mark and Jacob. I want to address something. And trust me, this is going to be a short thing. I'm not making a whole speech about this, but I am going to address it. I just got my page monetized this week. This is my second page. I had my first page monetized November of last year. So this page has, I think right now, 578 subscribers. Some people look at your subscriber count and think that your subscriber count determines your value. And I know that 578 is much lower than a lot of your favorite Big Brother podcast channels. Sure, I'll give you that. So after I got monetized, something I put on my community post yesterday, I said, hey guys, I'm thinking of creating a members only Q&A video to post up once a month. And I got a comment response that's like, just my opinion, you got to grow a little bit more to be charging people money to answer questions. Guess what? I qualified for YouTube's membership requirements. I qualified for YouTube's partnership program requirements. So I have memberships available to people who want to be members of my channel because I qualified for that. YouTube's requirement is not you got to grow a little bit more to do that. YouTube's requirement is not you need 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 50,000, or 1,000,000 subscribers before you can offer channel memberships to your subscribers. Their requirement is 500 subscribers, 4,000, or I think it's 3,000 watch hours. And what was the other thing? At least 3 uploaded videos in the last 90 days. That's the requirement. I reached the requirement, so I don't need to grow anymore to offer that. As soon as I reach their requirement, I'm big enough to be able to offer that. Now, whether you want to subscribe for a membership or pay for a membership or not, that's anyone's prerogative. That is anyone's prerogative. You can watch my free videos that I put up all day. You don't ever have to send me a super chat, a super thanks, a super sticker. You don't have to subscribe for a membership to my channel. Trust me, I won't be offended. I will not be offended if you do not do that. But the one thing that will offend me is anybody out there trying to tell me my worth. Because nobody determines that except for me. People can decide whether they want to pay for something. They can decide whether they think that it's worth it for them. But they can't tell me, you got to grow to be able to do that. My worth has nothing to do with the amount of subscribers that I have on a YouTube page at all. And really, that's all I have to say about that. Good morning, Ed. I think I said good morning to Miss Indus already, and good morning, Jacob. I think I told you guys good morning already, but just in case I didn't, I'm just doubling back and saying that again. So here we are. Fields versus everybody. It's fight night. We are in a double eviction night, which is one of the most exciting nights in Big Brother for any Big Brother fan. Double eviction nights are everything, especially in a house like this where nothing is going on and all the conversations are about the same thing and they're a repetitive loop and they just keep going through it over and over and over. I'm ready to see 2 people leave the house. I wish Cameron was going to be somebody who was staying because I like the way that he shakes up the game, but I think Cameron is staying. I feel like Matt will win the double and put up Jared and Cirie. I don't know about Matt winning the double because some of the conversations that he's had with Jag, it seems like he's just waiting to outlast, especially I think there's just some people that he's waiting to outlast, and he's hoping not to be the HOH himself so that he doesn't have to expose his game with the people he would put on the block. I don't think he wants to expose himself by putting up Jared and Cirie, because in the event that Jared wins the power of veto, he doesn't want Jared to be coming for him the following week. So I don't think that Matt's going to win. I think people with motive to win, I think Corey and America have motive to win. Obviously, Cirie. This season, there's been a lot of throwing competitions. I know every season has some throwing competitions, but this season seems to have more than usual. I think so many, like most of the competitions have been thrown. If Matt wins, yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I don't think that Matt's going to try to win. I think that Matt's going to stay in there, just like him and Jag were talking about. He wants Cirie to be out, and he hopes that Corey and America are going to be out. And then beyond that, he's fine with whoever wins because he knows that he's going to be safe. Well, he's going to be safe even if Cirie won. But I think for the sake of him wanting one of those two out, and it seems like Jag badly wants Cirie out. I don't think that Matt wants Cirie out as badly. I think that he more so wants Jared out. I think because Matt said, "Oh, if Jared goes out, then Cirie comes closer to us." That's what he was saying. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it has to be for a double evict. It has to be one of those quick competitions, true or false, or some kind of memory competition, something that's fast. That's true. Cirie could win, but it's not like she's a guaranteed like heavy front runner for a true and false. I don't know. Does she have an excellent memory about things? I don't know. I get one. This is what I'm trying to say, Ma. I told you guys yesterday somebody was like, "Oh, I couldn't get through. I only got through 16 minutes of your thing because you were complaining." The reason I was complaining is not because of I want Cirie and Jared in the house so badly. It's just that the house guests after the Corey and Jared fight completely stopped talking game and just started talking about how hurt they were by Cirie and Jared and how they're so evil and liars and all this stuff. And it started to become uninteresting to watch the feeds. That's all. That's it, and that's all. I'm gonna start using my webcam and my light once I stop being lazy, because I have those things, I just don't use them. If Jag wants, he needs to step his game up. I'm getting tired of Jag. I am. I'm getting so tired of Jag. I get that he's jaded because of having to sit on the block so many times early on, and then the things that Dangerous America and Corey have been feeding him, that the whole plot and scheme to get rid of Jag was all Cirie's idea and nobody else. And I get that those partial truths make him very upset. But come on, man, there's other things to talk about. Yeah, the camera's fuzzy because I didn't turn on the light. I'm tired. I got in late last night. See, this is what I'm talking about, Ma. I had to look at the bullseyes and to realize that the bullseyes was the response. Cirie was the first one out, the last true and false comp. Well, the thing is, I mean, I don't think that she's a front runner to win any comp, physical or mental. I don't think she's a front runner to win any comp. But I don't think that she's tried yet either. You putting the target on me, Edward. I'm pretty sure Edward was agreeing with you saying, can they please talk about something else? But I'm sure that you know that because you're a jokester and you always make jokes. But yeah, this could be the last time. I thought about it last night. This could be the very last day, actually, that we ever see Cirie Fields in a televised competition show. Because the look in her eyes lately, she looks like she's ready to go. She looks like she's ready to go. And as we saw in the episode, and as we previously saw on the feeds, she was ready to throw it to Jared. So the question that everyone has been asking, like, do you think that if it was a case where would she sacrifice her game in order to advance Jared? And the answer to that question is yes. What about McCall? If she wins, who's she putting up? Well, McCall is the wild card. She could put up who everyone else wants to see her put up and justify it by saying that's what the house wants. She could put up. Who else would she put up? She could put up Corey in America. I don't know though. She's the one person who's such a poker player that I don't know what she's gonna do. I have a hard time even predicting, but I tend to feel like she wouldn't really want to win this one. I don't know though. How far would Jared get if Cirie wasn't in the house? In my opinion, not very far. My opinion, she's cleaned up a lot of his messes. Now they're pinning a lot of that stuff that he did on her. But without her in the house to do that, I think they would have gotten him out of there a lot sooner. Mimi is worth plus less. I couldn't disagree more. Plus more. Jared would have been out by now. I agree. Yeah, what are we doing here? Hold on a minute. I know it's early, but that comment.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
We know the vibes over here. Worthless? Nah. Mimi is far from worthless. Matter of fact, I think that she's playing one of the best games in the house. You just put a win under her belt, give her an HOH, and I think that she would make a lot of that week. Yes, I love this. Me. I think she would make a lot out of the week if she ended up getting HOH. What surprised me in yesterday's episode was the fact that I thought that final 2 with Felicia was more of Felicia's idea. That's how it looked on the feeds. But in the diary room entry, Mimi was the one who said, I need somebody who I can trust to make this final 2 with. So I was thinking to myself, I get the part about someone you can trust, but at this point in time, you need also somebody who can win competitions. That's your side issue. And I'm thinking of, no offense, but I'm thinking of not Mimi. I'm thinking of Felicia kind of like a Big D. But the difference with Big D is he was protected by having a 6. And everybody within that 6 was like, I'm protecting Big D because I can win against Big D in a final 2. That's the reason why Big D was still there, as long as he was. In Felicia's case, she does not have the protection of Corey, America, Jag, Matt. The way that they're playing the game, I don't get the impression that they would protect her over one of their buddies. They're not thinking about what's my best path to win. They're thinking, oh, I want to get everyone out of the game that's not playing with truth and love and integrity. Oh, I already put that one up. You tried it. She's playing a good game. I'm not even gonna put that up, Arthur. We ain't doing that. All right. You tried it. She's playing a good game. Don't be coming on here and calling somebody Aunt Jemima. There's connotations to that I don't know how you meant that, but that's offensive. And I don't get offended by a lot of things, but no. Yeah, so anybody outside of possibly Blue, because Blue is claiming that she wouldn't put Cirie and Jared on the block because she said Jared is an asset to my game. And I'm going to use him as long as I need him. Who do you think is a favorite right now for America's favorite? I think Matt is one of the favorites. I think Mimi might be one of the favorites. I at the beginning would have thought Cirie, but I think that Cirie is down in the polls. Seems like everyone loves America. I guess. By Arthur. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say things that are just blatantly racist, I can't entertain it. I cannot entertain it. America was my favorite before. The only thing she could talk about was Corey. I thought it was hilarious yesterday's episode when she was like, "Oh, it's iconic having my showmans on the block together, and it's hot and it's romantic." I was like, "This girl's weird." I think I would have liked America a lot better. I would have liked America a lot better if she was not with Corey. And I liked her a lot better before she got with Corey, actually. Yeah, Aunt Jemima, like, come on now. Come on now. We ain't doing that on my channel. You can do that on another channel and they'll probably be cool with it. My channel, no. Because in case you haven't noticed. Good morning, y'all. I'm listening in. Blessed day to all. Good morning, Debbie. I think it's Corey, Cory, but people spell the names however they want to spell the names. I love Mimi and Felicia being more strongly allied. I hope to get some wins to get to make moves. I hope Mimi gets a win. I don't need Felicia getting another win. I would love for Mimi to get a win, though. AFP for me, I don't know. Sometimes the villain of the season does end up becoming AFP. Sometimes the person that everyone didn't like on the show becomes AFP, like Cody. I forget what season that was. 19? Whatever season Cody was on. Cody and Jessica. The season that Josh won. Whatever season that was. I'm pretty sure Cody won AFP that year, and he wasn't well liked during the season. But America loves the underdog story. I don't think they'll last outside the house either. She looks kind of into Cameron. She really does. Good morning, Eva. Thank you for that. Life has a way of making the house guest pawn into the king and queen of life. Yeah, so it's very likely that 9 o'clock today. See, have you heard of the channel? He judged one of the cookout members because of. I don't address that channel on this page. Don't know that person. Don't want to. What was I saying? Yeah, this could be the last day of 2 fields. We'll find out. The episode I think is 8 o'clock tonight. Is it 8 o'clock or is it 9 o'clock? That is an uninformed opinion for sure. I don't know if the episode today is 8 or 9 because I know that it was 9. The Thursday episodes was 9. I know that it's changing to 8, but I'm not sure if that's happening this week or if that's happening next week. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so I'm seeing 9. Today is I'm seeing 9. If somebody sees something different, let me know. 9, 7 in my area. Don't get me confused like that. 8. To answer the question though, to answer your question, I refuse to even give anyone the clout, but just as a short answer to your question, I know that there are pages that cover the show that I don't actually feel are even fans of the show. There are other pages out there, and this is a general statement. There are other pages out there. They know that they can cover all of the outside of show drama, so they're more like gossip blogs. And that's fine, there's a place for everything on this internet. There's a place for TMZ. There's a place for Shade Room. Obviously, they have huge followings that people love watching for that. So whenever these house guests get into the house, there's people like me who literally love the show and watch the show and cover the show. There's people who don't really care that much about the show itself. But let's say a Jared gets on the show, they'll make several. They'll do like what's his girlfriend's name? A Kenzie watch. I just saw this TikTok page yesterday that literally posts up Kenzie's Twitter updates. His girlfriend posts up her updates that she puts on Twitter daily and mixes it up with clips of Jared mentioning her on the show or clips of like Jared and Blue stuff on the show. I'm not doing that. I don't have that much of a vested interest in what they're doing outside of the show to do that. I don't care what their mother, brother, cousins, siblings, grandma, auntie is doing unless it's something that is worthwhile for me to watch or cover. But aside from that, I'm on whatever's happening on the show. I know about Britney. I know about Britney's brother's trial and all that. I saw plenty of YouTube pages covering that. I'm not covering that. And also, I don't think that the sins of the family, whatever the family has done, should be a strike against you. You know what I mean? I feel like the family chooses what they do individually, and everybody's family has some kind of dirt. I have people in my family who you could expose and say, oh, this person did this person did that, this thing was wrong, this thing was bad. You know what I mean? Whose family does not? Why should that be a strike against the house guest if their family did something? So is it 8 tonight? Are you sure, Eva? It says 8 on the schedule, so I need to know so that I can know how to plan. 8, all of y'all are saying 8. Y'all are in Eastern time. 8. Okay, so if it's 8, it's 8. Gossip blogs are the reasons I would never go on. Same here. Listen, I don't want to be dragged for something that I put on Twitter in 2012. I don't want my family. I don't want my mom all over the internet. I don't want like an ex-girlfriend scorned from 2004 to be like, oh, I know this and this and this about Mark. And then somebody's out there like, oh, let me interview her so that when he gets out, we can drag him. Thank you, Ed, for that super chat, by the way. I'm getting to it. I'm just going in order. 8:59 a.m. here. I bet you do great in the house. Did y'all check out my video of my Big Brother strategy? I did like a fun video yesterday where I made it's like a 10-minute video where I talked about my Big Brother strategy if I were to go on the show. Good morning, Lisa. Man, his girlfriend doesn't deserve that. Exactly. You could think whatever you think about him, but why drag her into it? She's not the one on there in the showmance. Appreciate the super chat, Edward. Thank you so much for that. Mark, besides the main targets, Cirie, Jared, and Cameron, who would I target besides that? Besides Cirie, Jared, and Cameron, Corey. That's an easy answer for me. Corey would be my target for sure. I don't think you would make it, Lisa. It just turned 6. No, Lisa be up. Lisa is an early bird. If I'm on here at 9 o'clock, I know that Lisa's going to be on here. If I'm on here at 8 o'clock, Lisa's probably not on here. But if I'm on here past 9, she usually pops on. Super early bird. I would hope not. She's out. By the way, shout out to Kirsten. I told y'all I have subscribed to her Instagram. That you know how they have the Instagram subscriptions, and I chat with her on there like daily about the show. It's hilarious. I mean, not just me and a group of people, but we chat about the show daily. She's actually pretty funny. We love a Dominican and Guyanan. Guyanese, you mean? I don't know what Guyanan is. Come after me all you want, but come from my family. Exactly. I would feel stronger about people coming from my family than I would feel about them coming for me. I would. That's facts. And my friends. I like Jared. He seems like an alpha male, both personally and professionally. The on and off girlfriend does not own the 25-year-old grown man. See y'all click. What are you saying, Kira? Ma, I got 2 little kitties. So little kids. I don't know why I read kitties. 2 little kids. So I'm up early. Then I miss half an hour when I'm bringing one to school, but I'm here. And I appreciate you. Y'all have the same mindset, aka backstabbing culture. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, thanks for the super sticker, Lisa. I appreciate that. I'm West Indian as well, so I know the culture very well. Thank you. Thank you. You've been a part of both milestones. How many of y'all on here right now are on my music and mental health page? Or were on it or are on it? Because I know Lisa was on there. I want to say this really quick, which is off topic. The other channel, I did not know that I was going to become a part of the partnership program. I grinded at that channel for like 8 to 9 months and didn't get anywhere close to the view requirements and all the requirements that are needed for you to get a monetized page. And then when the Big Brother thing started and I started covering Big Brother, I got up to the requirement really quick. I want to say about 2-3 weeks I was at the monetization requirement. So I applied for the YouTube partnership program and I got denied the first time, I got denied the second time, and they finally accepted me the third time. So when I started this page, it took me about 6 dedicated weeks to reaching those requirements, and I got approved on the first attempt. So this is a big accomplishment and a bigger accomplishment to me than last year, because of the fact that last year a lot of people came to my channel and said, we're just only here because I can't get the live feeds in Canada, in Australia, in Germany, and all these places that they were coming from. And I was putting up the live feeds before YouTube blocked me from doing that. And they were like, we're just here for the feeds. If the feeds are not up, we're out of here. So I started off this year showing the feeds, and then it was a big hit when it was like, oh, we're putting your channel on warning because if you show the feeds again, we're going to snatch your channel. And then I was like, whoa, this is one of the biggest ways that I draw people to the channel. What am I going to do? So I didn't know what I was going to do, but I pivoted and I just said, okay, I guess I'm just going to talk and not show the feeds. And if I get there, I get there. And if people don't like me enough for that, I don't build enough of a following for that, then I'm just going to stop covering Big Brother. And to circle back to what I said at the beginning of this, I don't cover Big Brother for money. And let me make sure that I can clearly explain what I'm saying when I say I don't cover Big Brother for money. There's no way that I could dedicate this many days, hours, minutes, and seconds to watching these live feeds all the time, to updating my community posts continuously, to doing these lives 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a day if I didn't just like Big Brother. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do this. But I make no secret about it. This is something that I want to do as a career, something I want to do for a living, something that I would dedicate my time towards to pay my bills in order for me to live. If life was free, who cares about the YouTube partnership program? I wouldn't, because life is free. I don't have to pay bills. But unfortunately, life is not free. So I put in the work for this like it's a job. And that's why I feel like I deserve the things that I ask for. Period. People from Guyana are Guyanese. You made up a word today that I didn't even know. And my mother's from Guyanese. I mean, my mother is Guyanese. Now you got me speaking weird too. I'll find the channel. Didn't know about it. Good morning, Betty. I like how y'all greet each other. I was in an office environment before where nobody said good morning to each other, and that's in my both West Indian and African culture, because that's my 2 halves. You're getting smacked up if you walk into a room and you don't say anything to the people in the room. That's just point blank and the period, like Devon said. Point blank and the period. you're getting smacked up for not saying good morning. So I went into that culture and I was the only one who would walk in there and say good morning to everybody. And they thought I was so extra polite for that, but it's just how I grew up. Excuse me. I always got to check and see if anything important that I'm missing. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 quick second. Okay. Getting back to these comments. You should add your channels to the channels tab. I'm not sure if I know how to do that, but I'll look it up. Thanks, Eva. We West Indians are engineered to have Kirsten mindset and the way she played the Big Brother game. Kirsten from Dominica. I think that there's reasons beyond loyalty why Kirsten is not in the game. Lisa has a point, in my opinion. I'm sure some of these channels, they do. And this is what I say, Ed. I am a team of one. Everything that you see me update on my community page is me. Anyone who follows me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, it's all me. I don't have an assistant. I don't have anybody who helps me do the research to see what's happening. Me, myself, and I. So I put in the work for what I asked for. It's the same way I feel about work itself. I remember during the pandemic, at the beginning of it, I remember at the company that I was at the time, I asked for, I might have been a 5% raise in January. They basically said, no, you're not worth that. You got to work hard for a year more. I had already been there for 5 years. Work hard for another year, produce this much, and we'll consider it next year after your annual eval. And then something interesting happened, which was, the shutdown and all that. We became remote, and it gave me the opportunity to look for other jobs. I put my applications out to 3 other companies. They all gave me a job offer, and all the offers were significantly higher paying than the job that I was at. So I gave my job my 2 weeks notice. I had the chief clinical director, which was the second in the chain of command in the company, call my cell phone directly, which she had never done. Asked me why I was leaving. I gave a whole bunch of reasons, but money was one of them. She said to me, how much money are they paying you and how much would it take for you to stay? I gave them a number that was like a 20 to 25% annual increase on my income. Mind you, after asking for a 5% increase in January and them telling me you're not worth it. And suddenly I was worth something much higher that they said I wasn't worth and that they said was out of budget of 2 months earlier. So that's just that. Nowadays, people start off by joining a media company, and I could have done that. I have received offers, actually. I have received offers to join people's teams before, and I have not done that because I don't want to join someone's team. Well, I'll take that back. If somebody's team was offering me like a significant amount of money to join their team, like a very significant amount of money, sure. But if they're offering me a few extra bucks, oh, I can guarantee you $500 a month, and you're putting in this work and grind for my page, then I'm just doing another job. So I would rather scrape and claw for my little $100 a month and build it up until, I'm my own boss versus basically working for somebody else. Can you put the feeds through? I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not because the reason why I'm not gonna try it is because my channel is literally on a warning status. When I go into my channel on YouTube Studio, it shows my channel as warning status. So they could take away the whole channel if I get a copyright strike. It's so disrespectful not to speak. I agree. That's ingrained in me. Even if I don't like the people, which is often when I'm in office environments, I have to say good morning. My Italian self would be shunned and gossiped about if I didn't say hello or goodbye to every single person in the room. I can literally still remember when I was a kid, probably 5, 6 years old. One of the few times my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, aunties, they were all in the room, and I woke up in the morning. They were all in the kitchen talking, and I walked to the fridge, and I didn't say anything to anybody. And I went to open the fridge. Oh boy, I still remember that. I never did that again. I was a temp. No one talked to me. Every time I pass. Now that I don't do. I used to when I lived in Canada, but here in New York, yeah. Morning, everyone. I wish Kirsten had stayed. I hope Kirsten gets to participate in finale night because she's like, I have a lot to say to a lot of people. Hi, Sarah. That's how you getting monetized is extra special. Thank you, Betty. I'm a New Yorker ever since age 9, talking to straight. I know. The New Yorkers. I live in New York. I know how New York is. I've heard that a few times before. I had to switch up my whole perspective on life to survive here. My parents moved here in 06. I've been here full time since 2012. New York City sounds scary. I was born near Lake Ontario. I didn't even know you were Canadian this whole time. My nana's from the Bronx, but I've never been to New York City myself. Dang, Kara, I bet you'd bring the drama in the house 100%. Probably. Kara, I just meant it in a chat setting. I'm way too controversial for Big Brother, but I'm sure they would put me on the show for sure. You need to apply. Oh, what time is it actually? Okay. All right. So I'm aiming for another 10 minutes or so. Thanks for hopping on. Why do others do it here? Goodbye, Ma. The feud would cut every other minute. Bro asking him to put up the live feed is literally asking him to risk an income stream. It is. I would say that I would agree with Cam saying Mama Felicia is a babbling fool. I didn't hear that. That's funny. The difference is I would say it to her face. At first she was fun as however Felicia is annoying as F now. Morning, Sarah. I'm not Canadian. I was born in Canada. I don't know how to pronounce that. Canandaigua, New York. Oh, okay. What's that? Is that upstate New York? At age 3. Yeah, for those who don't know, I am a dual citizen. I have my Canadian citizenship and I have my US citizenship. Born and raised in Canada, left when I officially left probably 16. And I got my citizenship for the US 2015. So I've been a dual citizen for the last 8 years. But when I first came here, I was on a TN visa, which is like the student visa. So I would have to get it renewed every 6 months, something like that. She's heavy on the get Cirie out. Heavy, 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 heavy. She told Jag and Matt yesterday about her final 2 with her. And she was like, she's so upset and hurt because they are getting in her ear about how Cirie wanted Izzy to stay. There, every chance that Matt, Jag, and Corey and America get, they're plugging that point home to Felicia, and she feels such a way about that. Canandaigua is the right pronunciation. That's shocking because that was just a guess. So Fields might go home tonight. And from the sounds of things, well, I think they're kind of split on whether they want that Fields to be Jared or Cirie. Because they're saying on one hand, Cirie is the mastermind behind everything. That's what they're claiming. And on the other hand, they're saying Cirie can't win competitions. So we would rather get rid of Jared first and then get rid of Cirie. So that's the last thing that I've heard. If she's upset now, just wait until Felicia finds out Jared and Cirie are mother and son. Felicia is completely blind to the anti-Black alliance. Corey, America, Cameron, Jag, Blue, Matt, etc. A little piece of me was hoping she was playing both sides, pretending she was more upset than she actually was. Nope. Okay, let me find that video really quick and see if I can pin it on here. Give me 2 seconds. Not literally 2 seconds, but give me a little bit. Where is my video? Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. So I'm on the right page. Here we go. So this video is called My Winning Big Brother Strategy. So if any of y'all want to watch that video, it's about 10 minutes. Feel free to hop on there after I get off. Oh, not yet. I literally just woke up to Mark's stream. In fact, without the stream, I honestly would be back asleep because my first class isn't until 9:30. Appreciate you sacrificing your sleep. I posted the link now, so y'all can see that. I work overnights. Oh, really? I don't know how anyone survives overnight jobs. I never had an overnight job, but I did have a job that had inventory. They had inventory nights once a month, which was overtime at work. So, and then I had another job that started at 5 a.m. It was a 5 a.m. to 1:30 schedule, which is interesting, but is what it is. I'm hoping that Jared goes out the door tonight, but who knows? Cirie might actually win HOH. Maybe. Shout out to the 30 people that are on here. Please hit the like button if you have not done so already. It helps boost me in the algorithms. Hey, Cass Wash. Will Felicia and Mimi understand Cirie's position better? Probably. Especially Felicia. I think she'll understand it a lot better. Because she's like, he didn't want to take me down because it would put Cirie at risk. I think they have a final 2. So when she sees that that's indeed a mother and son duo, she's going to be like, no wonder. I love it. No one at work but me. All I do, I wish that I had a job like that. I have a job where I have to deal with people, not just the clients, but the coworkers, the managers, and it's just overwhelming sometimes. It's overwhelming all the time. Let me be real. Hotel auditor. Good rebuttals. Sold me on it. It would be another nice switch up if Cirie wins HOH. Yeah, I don't like predictable weeks where everybody just gangs up on 1 or 2 people, because then it takes away the intrigue of the week. That's why I rooted for Cam. That's why I rooted for Jared. That's why I'm rooting for Cirie. I like when everybody is like, okay, we're all in on the plan. The plan is to get this person out. And then the person they want to get out wins. And then they're like, abort the plan. Now we got to kiss their butt and figure out how not to go on the block. I think that Jared didn't do well with his HOH. I really don't think that Cam should have been his target. I think of all people, I think he should have put up Corey in America as he did, with Jag as a backdoor. That's what I think. I think Jag should have been his backdoor option. And then Jag would be sitting up there next to either, well, I guess, I mean, Jag won the power of veto, but I'm saying originally, before we knew Jag was going to win the power of veto, I think that he should have been the backdoor option. And then the second person put up next to America, if Corey had gotten taken down, I might say Felicia. I know they're like, oh, that's a waste of a target, but it's like Felicia being angry at you for America going home. I mean, if America goes home and Felicia's angry that you put her on the block, that's less dangerous than the Corey America duo, in my opinion. I work better by myself too, and I wish that I worked by myself, and I wish that I worked for myself, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Season 6, when it was half the house versus the other half, that's good BB to me. Yeah, I like that. I like when we have even sides against each other. I don't like when we have 10 versus 1, 11 versus 2. That's not fun. Why does no one want to work with him? Well, I think they found him to come on a little too strongly early on. I'm trying to think back to the early weeks. They do seem defeated for sure. They do seem defeated for sure. All right, y'all. I gave you an hour. I do unfortunately have to work. I got bills to pay. This helps a little tiny bit, but not enough for me to risk losing my job. But thank y'all for being on here as always. We gonna be back after the double eviction. It's gonna be an exciting one tonight. For sure, it's gonna be an exciting night, and I can't wait to cover all of it. And we will definitely talk then. Have a great day. Be productive, y'all, unlike me.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But, yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But
you.
I like this Canadian.
Well,
I like this one.
well, thank you.